So my name's Mark McKenna. I'm the author of the biography of Manning Clark, which has taken 7 years of my life, which is very hard to believe that I'm finally surfacing after immersing myself with this person for so long. Manning Clark, historian, teacher, writer, public figure. I think you could say that on any level, Manning Clark's one of the towering cultural figures in Australia's political, social, cultural life over the last half of the 20th century. Author of a 6-volume history of Australia, taught many generations of Australians, students and writers, has been incredibly influential, influencing people like Alice Miller, Helen Garner, David Malouf. As a public figure, of course, he's been extremely divisive. He's a lightning rod for both Liberal and Labor. So on any level, public figure, teacher, historian, writer, Clark's life alone, just for those reasons, would be quite significant. But there's something else about Clark's life that we haven't yet really come to terms with, and a story, I think, that hasn't really been told, and that is the story of Clark's private, personal life, his relationship with his wife, Dimphna, and also the amazing relationship he had with us as an audience. So one of the most amazing things about Clark's life is the fact that he lived to be remembered. Now, you can think of this in two ways. Firstly, he lived to be remembered by the fact that he kept almost everything, diaries, letters, private correspondence, in a way that many, many other figures of his kind would not have kept. So most of us, for example, would burn a lot of the private correspondence that we didn't want published. Manning, however, seemed to want to publish, he wanted his story told above all else. So that's one of the big differences about Manning. One of the things I was amazed by in working on his life story was the fact that all throughout his papers there are notes to the biographer, notes to me. Of course, he didn't know me, but he knew that biographers and imagined that biographers would come to his papers after he died. So throughout his papers there are all these wonderful small notes to the biographer about how I should write about a certain person, about making sure that I don't miss a crucial piece of information. So this kind of incredible eye for posterity. It's one of the most unusual lives in that sense. Not too many figures are so attentive to their future, the way that they'll be read in the future. So on those levels, historian, writer, public, intellectual, Clark's life is one of the most significant in Australia's 20th century.